Thanks for tuning in to You See Me, focusing on the battle of self-love, acceptance, abuse, spirituality, and much more. Your host, Tina Wynn, will be sharing various ways and strategies that she used to overcome grief, addiction, and depression. You See Me is a self-expressed term Tina uses as a way of making people see the real you. For people to see you, you must first see yourself.
Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of You See Me. I am your host, Tina Wynn, and y'all see me. I have been seeing y'all. Continue to come see me on all my platforms, iHeart Radio, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Today, guys, I would like to discuss with you guys attitudes. In life, we will face different types in different forms of attitudes within people and depending upon situation or various circumstance. There's positive attitudes, knowing that there's an end, or the contrary, a lesson lying in the season of reason. Remember, what does your faith look like? Are we faithful to the things we believe? And are we owning the fact that it's our choice? Then there's negative attitude. Now, negative attitude is something we all should avoid and practice avoiding at all costs. However, because we are human, we have all had a negative attitude about something or someone in our lives at some point. The key to this kind of attitude is if you think wrong, wrong is going to happen. Laws of attraction. Again, our thoughts lead to what we speak, act, and present to others through our character. So what are we presenting to others? We are in control of our thoughts, and we must think good things. Then there's the neutral attitude. The person that don't think good or bad, they just stuck not thinking at all. Or lost, the lost person. That they're trying to live their life matching and comparing their reality to that of everyone around them. The puppet person. We all know a puppet person. Any way the wind blows, they moving. See, Quita was that puppet person, y'all. Any which way Quita would feel one way one day, and then her attitude, she had this indifferent type of attitude, which only contributed to the negative, to that neutralness. One day she has a positive attitude, and the next day she has a negative attitude. When you neutral, you stuck in the middle, like that lukewarm person. Like them seeds that we just carrying around. It wasn't until Tina focused on her attitude of gratitude that life changed. And that's the attitude I want to focus on. Because I know you guys are like, wow, she just jumped right on in there. Yes. How do we not only have a positive attitude at all times, but be grateful and show humility and gratitude at all times? To remain grateful, we must all appreciate all we have and accept all that we don't. Some of us focus too much on the things that we don't have, that we lose sight of what we do. We place so much value on the loss or what we view as unfairness in things that we end up diminishing, thus shrinking all that we do, leaving us with a lack of gratitude of attitude. So that's what I want to talk about, attitudes. What does your attitude say about who you are? Does it represent who you are trying to be, or does it say, I'm talking the talk, but you better not ask me to walk it? See, you guys, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story on what brought Quita to this attitude. You see, a lot of times we will talk and tell people that we're doing these things, right? And then when someone holds us accountable to doing them, now this attitude come about. You ever met that person that you loan them money, they in the best, most positive mood. Then the minute it's time for them to pay that money back, now they got a whole different attitude. They dance into a whole different beat. Why do you think that is? Because they don't have any value in upholding their end of the commitment. And now that you're in their face asking them to uphold their end of the commitment, now their attitude shifts. We got to start making our talk match our walk. And a lot of times we have problems with people because we say one thing, but our actions is doing 1,000 other. So I work with a lot of people behind the scenes, guys. And part of working with a lot of people behind the scenes is just like a lot of them just want to be seen. They don't want to do the footwork. They don't want to do what it takes. They don't want to do what it requires. They just want to be seen. Well, wanting to be seen comes with great responsibility. Once we are seen, we can't go back to being unseen. So that's the tricky part about being seen. You on Facebook and you throwing all of these posts up, and you on every social media platform, and you're in search of likes, and you're in search of views, and you're in search of all of these things because your attitude is not to be grateful for what you have. Your attitude is for people to see you. Okay. And that may be a neutral type of attitude because, remember, neutral ain't good nor bad, somewhere in the middle. So with that neutral attitude of wanting to be seen, once people are seeing you, what are you going to do? Are you going to pass, dribble, or shoot the ball? Because every team has a mascot, has bench players, and has court players. And what do you think that is for? The mascot is just to entertain, but they never actually get on a court and play. And then you have the bench players because they'll play a little bit, but they're not really willing to pull their weight like the starting players. So which one are you? Are you on the court to be a starting player, or is your attitude to just be seen and to just be on the court as a mascot? Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's recognizing and appreciating the things, people, and aspects of our lives that bring us joy. If we keep focusing on the things that pained us or brought us misery, what will we get? We must learn to accept the tunes for how they're going to flow and change your radio stations. Some of us are listening to the same old songs on that same old station, which is why we keep singing that same old song to people and doing the same old two-step. If we start changing our stations, we will find new songs with new beats and we'll start doing new dances. Attitude. What does your attitude look like? What are you feeding yourself? You have to put in what you're expecting to get out. Seeds. You must plant positive seeds, and then you must water and nourish them. I thought I didn't like country music, but I had a positive attitude about it. I was open and receptive. That is another key part to keeping a gratitude attitude. When you have an attitude of gratitude, does your mouth say thank you while your body and your face language is saying or displaying everything you're really thinking but trying not to say? See, because my dad always taught me to listen to what people ain't saying versus what they are saying. Because people be so busy trying to talk you in circles, trying not to reveal who they truly are, that they tell you who they are, so busy talking. Again, we have to stand clear of the talkers and find the doers. We got to start being doers. We got to start being doers, guys. Remember, what does your faith look like? Are we faithful to the things we believe, and are we owning the fact that it's our choices? So I'm going to tell y'all a brief little story. So I'm working with someone, and there's nothing but defiance that comes from this person's attitude. The room could be full of joy. Everybody could be laughing. Everybody could be in an uprooted spirit. Everybody could be doing all of these great things for themselves. And then in comes this person with their attitude. In comes this person with their attitude. And the attitude shifts the atmosphere of the entire room. Do you really want to be that person? What does your attitude really look like and really say about you? See, because we could tell people whatever we want out our mouth. Remember, there is different forms of communication and body language. You know, you guys, I work with a lot of nonverbal people, and body language is something serious. I can walk in a room and instantly, if I am not jolly and I am not happy, my patients could feel that, and they can't open their mouth and speak a word to me to verbalize it, but their behaviors tell me that, Miss Wynn, we know you have an attitude. We know that your attitude is not in the positive place. It is not showing gratefulness. It is not showing humbleness. Having an attitude of gratitude means that you are humble. You are thankful for every little aspect of your life. I stand in my showers some morning, and I'm so grateful to just be able to stand and take a hot shower, to just feel that hot water freely hitting my body, because there were days that Quita was not fortunate enough to take a hot shower because of the things and the choices that she was making that she wasn't willing to own. So that right was taken away from me. That privilege was taken away from me. See, we got to also own the part that we play in our attitudes. We quick to say, oh, this person caused my attitude or that. But no, what are you doing and what are you thinking? Because it's your thoughts that's leading to your attitude. It's your behavior that's making you act that way. And this person's attitude will shift the entire atmosphere, have everybody in an uproar. So you come in the room and you want to project everything that you're feeling about yourself, every bit of anger, every bit of hurt, every bit of pain, every bit of everything that you think and feels about yourself shows in your attitude. You don't got to tell me that you feel ugly inside, because your attitude is displaying that. You don't got to tell me that you feel hopeless, because every other word out your mouth of negativity already is spelling that out for you. See, you're sitting here and you're reciting scriptures with me because you're trying to keep up with me, but your attitude tells me that all you're doing is reading words on a paper. Your attitude tells me you only want a Bible to be seen with the Bible. You don't want to be known for having that word embedded in your heart. You want to just be at church being seen in the parking lot. You want to be at the job being seen clocking in and out. We have too many wanting to be seen people. And again, wanting to be seen comes with responsibility. So is your attitude responsible? Do you have a responsible enough attitude to be seen? See, there's a reason that YouSeeMe is an auditory and not a visual. I gave someone a task, one of the young ladies that I'm mentoring. I gave her a task to listen to another person's podcast that I felt would relate to her situation and uplift her. And do you know that before this young lady got 2 minutes into the podcast, oh, I can't watch this because, oh, it's something about her hairstyle and it's just something about her face. And it's you worry and focused on all the wrong things that you missed an entire blessing because your attitude is not focused on gratitude. Your attitude is focused on all of the things that got you feeling exactly what you feeling to begin with. Things that are not hopeful, things that are not lovely, things that are not, you cannot sit in my presence and preach God to me all in the same breath that your attitude is displaying the devil. Make it make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You want to be seen? Well, guess what? People are seeing you carry that Bible. People are seeing you go to church, and they seeing you act a whole rabbit fool in the end. So who are you really making look crazy other than yourself? What is your attitude showing people? Your attitude is showing people that all I am is a talker. All I'm ever going to be is a talker. I'm not going to do no doing. In a minute that you start asking me to do anything, I'm going to present you with a whole new attitude. And this is the foolery that we out here dealing with folks. See, Tina is the type of person you must be a person of your word. If you are not a person of your word, that is the quickest way to rub Tina the wrong way. And then, yes, you are going to get presented with Quita's attitude. And that is something that Tina knows about herself, and she's still working on. So because Tina knows, see, you got to see yourself and know yourself, guys. And because Tina knows that this is something about her attitude that she does not like about people, because I don't like it about myself. Again, I got to see others to see myself. I can't accuse you of something that I don't like. Anytime we see something in somebody that we don't like, it's just a mirrored reflection of ourselves, of something we don't like about self. So what is it that Tina didn't like about herself? Tina didn't like the fact that Quita wasn't committed. Quita's attitude was indifferent. Quita had that neutral attitude. Quita would commit to things and tell people she's going to be here and do this and do that, and not know daggone well that she ain't doing none of the above. So Tina's attitude is, I do not say it unless I am going to stay committed to it. I don't put it out there. I don't do anything with it unless I know I am ready to fully commit myself to it. Because my attitude represents all of who I am. Again, I wanted people to hear me and to see me. And guess what? Now that they do, I cannot go on the radio and say one thing. People are watching me. People that I don't know watching me is watching me. You got to live your life like you under a microscope, because you really are. Your attitude must match what you are saying and what you are doing. I don't want to sit in here, no reverend or nobody preach no sermon to me and then get off the pulpit and they outside smoking and drinking and cussing. Their attitude is telling me that they don't believe none of what they just finished preaching to me, because our attitude displays what we really feel. You only could pretend for but so long. You only could, you know how you can see a person that's smiling, but you know that underneath that smile there's hurt and pain. You can see the pain behind the smile because it's in their attitude. It's in their body language. As much as they're smiling, their soul is crying, and you can feel it in the air. Remember those energies and spirits that we talk about? These are the things that we are dealing with when we are dealing with people, and we have to, as a people, do better. We have to see better, we have to think better, and our attitudes must be better. The only way for Tina to stay where Tina is at and be able to be of blessing and be able to pour into people, to be able to pour into myself, to be able to continue to see myself, is I must be grateful. I must humble myself to a point of knowing, there go I. You know, you meet people, oh, I would never, oh, I couldn't be her, oh, I would never. No, but by the grace of God, there go I. Thank you, Jesus, that you never did put me in that situation. Thank you, Jesus, that you helped me to overcome that situation. See, because some of us forget how to humble ourselves. We out here real life thinking that we overcame things by ourselves, that we did this by ourselves. No. There was a power greater than you that lives within you that you need to learn to tap into and grab you some gratitude, grab you some humbleness, eat you a humble sandwich, get you a whole glass of gratitude milk to go with it. I was gracefully broken. And guess what? Guess what God will do for you after he do that? He will gracefully restore you. And I'm grateful for everything I went through. How could I appreciate sleeping in my bed if I don't know what it's like to not sleep in a bed? How could I appreciate my freedom if I never had my freedom taken away from me? How could I appreciate a job if I don't know what it feels like to be unemployed? How could I appreciate love if I don't know what heartbreak feels like? We have to stop looking at the things that we went through as failures and start looking at them as triumphs and find the blessing in it that we made it through it. You lived it. You survived it. It could have been worse. You didn't have to make it through, and you didn't make it through alone. It was then that he carried you. Footprints. That will always be my favorite prayer, my favorite scripture. Because in my weakest moments, I know who carried me. And I am faithful to my faith without a shadow of a doubt. Again, can't not one man walk in the face of this earth wither my faith. I trust what I trust. I believe what I believe, and it is embedded in my heart. I don't carry no Bible. I don't need to carry no Bible. That word is embedded in my heart. His praise shall continuously be in my mouth. I pray without ceasing. I ask and I receive. He is my refuge and my comfort. And I can go on and on for days because I live by these scriptures. I walk in these scriptures. My faith my attitude says, I believe what I'm reading. I believe what I'm preaching. I live what I'm saying. My attitude shows that. Because you may see Tina cry. You may see Tina go through something. You may see Tina weather a storm, but you're going to always see Tina's resiliency because I walk by faith. And my God told me there's an end to this, that I'm not going to be stuck in this forever. And I believe that, and I stand wholeheartedly on that. So what is your attitude displaying? That's what I want to leave you guys with. Is your attitude matching your work? Is it matching your walk? Is it matching your talk? Is it matching anything about you that you're putting out and presenting to people? Are you presenting people with the real you? Are you presenting people with the things that you want out of life, or are you presenting them with this attitude of indifference? Because if you're not presenting them with a humbled, grateful attitude, you are poisoning people with your negativity. So I need for everybody to go out, see themselves, see other people, fix your attitude, and present people with a humbled attitude of gratitude. Thank you. Come see me again.